Hello everybody, welcome to your national television ORTM 1. This is the time of your English program of every Saturday and Sunday. We begin this magazine by Mali news. First, top news. Army General Assimi Goïta received the former activist and sympathizer of People's and Student Union of Mali, Amsnem, and the new Archbishop of Bamako. A Russian company ready to invest in Mali in the framework of spinning, gold refining, and the supply of petroleum products. The PCA of the company called DIARRA Group was received this week by the President of the Transition. Preparation for the start of the 2024-2025 school year. The meeting of the Inter-Ministerial Committee for Crisis and Disaster Management was held this week under the chairmanship of the Prime Minister Dr. Shokel Kokala Maiga. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mali News. But before I am with my guest, Yusuf Makasuba, English teacher at NSUP, and the former Fulbright alumnus. Welcome, Yusuf.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. Army General Assimi Goïta granted 2 audiences in this Monday morning. He received the friendly of former activist and sympathizer of People's and Student Union of Mali, Amsinem, and the new Archbishop of Bamako. The member of the Amsnem came to congratulate the President of the Transition for the rank of Army General and to express their commitment to support the Mali nation in the face of various challenges. And the Archbishop had come for an introductory interview after taking office. The report with Sarah Bachili and Angel Dambele.
Commitment for the smooth running of the state. Amsunem continues its struggle and notified its transition president, Lieutenant General Assimi Goïta, a short time for exchanges on Mali granted by the head of state to former student leaders. The Association of Former Activists and Sympathizers of the National Union of Peoples and Students of Mali, in the footsteps of their leader Abdul Karim Kamara, known as Cabral, have expressed their availability to support the public authorities in facing the current challenges regarding university. The first remarked that of congratulations to transition president for his promotion to Lieutenant General. Unity and social cohesion in a peaceful Mali. This was the Catholic Church remark to transition presidents, a message delivering by the new Archbishop of Bamako, Monsignor Robert Cissé, accompanied by his predecessor, Cardinal Jean Gerbeau. He has been elected on October 6, 2024 to lead the Archdiocese of Bamako. Presentation and means of availability for Mali, a meeting of hope, therefore for those of goodwill who long for peace in Mali.
A strong delegation from DIARRA Group of Russia, led by its chairman of the board, was received this week by the President of the Transition, Army General Assimi Goïta. The company is committed to investing in Mali in 3 key sectors, namely the construction of a spinning mill, a gold refining plant, and the supply of petroleum products to the country. Angel Dambele for more details.
It is good to meet with Malian President. We talked about a strategic partnership between our countries. We discussed 3 topics of cooperation, with the building of a gold refining plant, the supply of petroleum products, the building of a cotton processing plant. We agreed on the principles of our cooperation. We are currently studying the technical issues of this file. The next step will be the signing of the documents. Once this is done, a group of Russian technicians will come after so that we will have real actions. We are very satisfied by meeting His Excellency President. We appreciated all his gestures, especially what he is doing for his country in terms of projects, and we really hope to realize these projects.
Preparation for the start of the school year 2024-2025. Of the 126 occupied schools, 103 have been liberated and 23 are non-functional but occupied. And of 187 flooded schools, 181 are liberated and 6 are non-functional. These figures were given this week during the meeting of the Interministerial Committee for Crisis and Disaster Management, chaired by Prime Minister Dr. Shokal Kokala Maiga. It appears that the situation has evolved considerably for a good return to school on November 4th. Report Mamari Kone and Gausu Jara.
Interministerial conference took place. Prime Minister Dr. Shogel Kokala Maiga and some members of the government made some reflections about the current situation which concerns the new school year which will take place on November 4, 2024. The Minister of National Education spoke about all investigations, examinations, analyses and reflections in order to make possible this new school year on November 4, 2024. Especially the community of education did everything for the reopening of the school for this year 2024. Anywhere in Mali, everything has been done in order to make possible this 2024 new school year. Prime Minister Dr. Shogel Kokala Maiga wanted to thank all members of the government for what they did for the reopening of the school in this year 2024. Prime Minister Dr. Shogel Kokala Maiga affirms that all Malian schools will be reopened on November 2024.
Working session between a Russian delegation and 5 members of the government. The meeting served as a framework for both parties to discuss the possibility of establishing a win-win partnership in areas such as transport, trade, mining, hydrocarbons, and industries. Bakary TOURE and Angel Dambele for more details.
5 members of the government debate with Russian investors in a dynamic of win-win partnership. The meeting aims to discuss with the Russian delegation the possibilities of strengthening a partnership in key development fields. The meeting allowed them to analyze the progress of various commitments already made. This includes the supply of our country with petroleum products, the implementation of a Malian airline, the building of 2 spinning mills, and a gold refining plant. This partnership between Malians and Russians is the will of the 2 presidents to foster their cooperation.
System and Turkish delegation meeting. The 2 parties met to discuss the possibility of establishing a win-win partnership. For more detail, Bakary TOURE and Gausu Jara.
A Malian Chamber of Trade and Industry would like to strengthen the partnership with the Republic of Turkey about businesses. At first, a business forum on Africa and the Republic of Turkey will take place in Istanbul on October 2025. Malian Chamber of Trade and Industry met a Turkish delegation. A delegation from Turkey came to Mali in order to share businesses with Malian businessmen. This meeting was an opportunity about business and partnership between Turkey and Mali. Anyway, Turkey becomes a good partner with Mali. Malian businesses are open to Turkey for all opportunities that the Republic of Turkey would like to provide to Mali. All Malian businessmen who met the Turkish delegation were very happy. The partnership, cooperation, and relationship between Turkey and Mali will be based on business and economics development between the 2 countries.
The Chin city of Sikasso in China, Kansa, speaks its heart in favor of the orphans of the military. The mission, which stays in Sikasso as part of the presentation of the conceptual plans of a validated project, has just handed over an envelope of 1 million CFA francs to relieve the families on this eve of the start of the school year. Sekou Konate and Fatou Dramé for more details.
By this gesture, the friends of the Sikasso region in China, of the city Shenzhen in the province of Yunnan, want to give a smile to its children whose parents gave up to the ultimate sacrifice to defend the nation, and an envelope of 1 million CFA is handed over. We want to participate in showing our support to the army who protected them throughout their stay. When they were, and it is certain that this is what will continue. There will be a lot of program and project that they are currently implementing in Mali. This program and this project cannot be done without the considerable support of the army. The outpouring of solidarity that the regional and municipal authorities have appreciated at its fair value, because for it beyond the envelope, it is the gesture which remains strong. It comes a few days before the start of the 2024-2025 school year, and in the middle of month of solidarity and fight against exclusion. We are in a global movement dynamic. We are in a war of liberation. To relieve the orphans of these victims, the occasion of this donation was put to good use in the Chinese mission on the conceptual plan of the project, valid during its last visit to Sikasso.
Mali has a good strategy for supporting returnees through the House of Malian Abroad. Efforts must be sustained. This is essentially the point of view of the special representative of the European Union for the Sahel. She accompanied the Minister of Malian established abroad and African integration to the House of Malians of Interior for a field visit. Batraouré and Maria Koulibaly for the reports.
The rooms, the canteen, and the recording room have been successively visited by the minister in charge of the Malians established outside and the special representative of the European Union for the Sahel, in order to touch the finger at the realities on the ground and appreciate the efforts of the government for this visit. According to the representative of the European Union for the Sahel, it was an experience that made me understand that the initiative to take care of migrants to guarantee their integration is something extraordinary. Reason why the European Union, next to the International Organization of Migrants, decided to support the initiative of Mali. According to the Director General of the structure, the House of the Malians from outside welcomed by hundreds of repatriated from and short stay and benefited from financial support. According to the minister in charge of the Malians established from outside, the special representative has uncovered that behind his house or reception center there is a whole message from the country that wants to act without delay and which by acting wants to show that it can with these means. After having done what it can, it tends its hand to the partner to accompany him and achieve the results that all expect. Mali has done by to his experiences on the issue and wishes of the support and cooperation of partnership with the European Union.
The project IMRA, organized last Tuesday, October 29, 2024, at the Hotel Onomo, a press conference to show the result of their project to the press from January 2019 to February 2024. After the projection of the film, the executive director of the project deeply explained the different results and responded to the question formulated by the journalists. Follow the director for more details.
This press conference, the first purpose is to disseminate the result of our partenarial project called Vestibule of Peace in Mali, conducted by IMRAP, Interpeace, International Institute of Development Study, and Humanity United, who is the founder. So the first difficulties is the community involvement within the project and the understanding of the national authorities of the initiative, because when the initiative is not well explained to them, so they cannot be involved, or they cannot accept to accompany the implementation. IMRAP looks itself as part of the implementing partners of the national politics of reconciliation and social cohesion led by the ministry.
In partnership with Islamic High Studies and Research Institute Ahmed Baba of Tombouctou, South Africa Embassy in Mali organized this Thursday, October 31st, 2024 in Salam Assurance, a conference debate in the framework of 30 years of liberty and democracy celebration in South Africa. Presided by the Minister of Higher Education, the theme of this conference was the impact of conflict on women and children in Africa.
The South African Embassy and the Ahmed Baba Institute of Higher Studies and Islamic Research has good relations. This is the fourth consecutive annual seminar that attests our cordial relations, sound bilateral relations between the two entities. Nevertheless, Mali and South Africa's bilateral relations emanate from 1962, when the former President Nelson Mandela landed in Mali to solicit political support and financial support. And he was assisted by the former president of Mali, President Modibo Keïta. And these relations were further entrenched by both countries post-1994 till today. I would like to endorse the magnificent role played by the former President Mbeki at Timbuktu manuscript preservation, which also further cemented our bilateral relations. Hence, we are still together as citizens of both countries, enjoying the sacrifice and wisdom of our leaders. I would like to say it is a pleasure to be accompanied today by the panelists who are also going to participate on the seminar, and also those on virtual. We appreciate you. Furthermore, the theme of the previous seminar was focusing on education, a peace-building tool in Africa. However, this year, our focus will be on unpacking the impact of conflict on women and children in Africa, in the world, of course, not forgetting the challenges that Mali is facing currently.
The different panelists talk about the conflict prevention, mediation, and the process in Mali, the crucial role of women from 2012 to 2024, then the impact of armed conflict on women and children from 2012 to 2024, analysis of humanitarian and social consequences. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all for today, but stay with us for the guests of the week. Today I am with Yusuf Makasuba, professor at NSIP, former Fulbright student. He is also Fulbright alumnus. Professor Yusuf, my first question is to know exactly what is an essay, its characteristic, and how many parts do we have in an essay?
Thank you very much. Yeah, an essay is the kind of composition the college student, I mean the university student, it's a college university, same thing. College student or university student are required to write for the writing professor.
Yes.
This is the kind of composition. And it is also a group of paragraphs that support or develop the thesis. An essay is also a short piece of non-fiction in which a writer attempts to develop one or more closely related idea and effect ideas. An effective essay has a clear purpose and it provides useful information. It has an effect on the reader's thoughts and feeling. It is also a pleasure to read.
Okay.
This is the definition. So now, how many parts? We have 3 parts, like in the paragraph. We have the introductory paragraph, we have the developmental paragraph, and we have the concluding paragraph or conclusion. Yes.
Okay. So what kind of issue do you see in your student writings?
Oh, this is really interesting. And I have jotted down some stuff here. This is practice, and you relate to our situation.
Yeah.
I have read millions of papers that our students write for us. For me, for example, I read a lot.
Yes.
So you see how they try to navigate those subjects, how they try those sometimes challenging, how they try to communicate their thoughts.
Yes.
And this is where we have many issues with our students. The first is diction and tone. Diction is a writer's choice of word and use. Okay? And the diction is precise and appropriate. So students should know what kind of word, the word choice they use, or they choose first and then they use. It should be precise and it should be appropriate.
Okay.
And the most important is when you write as a writer, student writer or anybody, your writing, your word should reflect your initial intent. That is, the word you use should reflect your intention. This is what I want to communicate. They should do that.
Okay.
You should not fail to do that. They should reflect. This is very, very important.
That's good.
You know, this is very important for me. Okay. So our students, most of the time they fail. They use words which are not precise. They use words, which are not really appropriate.
Yeah.
Appropriateness is very important according to the context, because everything needs to be contextualized.
Yes.
We have another issue. This is denotation and connotation. Denotation is the dictionary meaning. It is the literal meaning of the words. Words have meaning. Sometimes it is the dictionary meaning. Sometimes it is connotative meaning. And connotative meaning refer to the overtone, to the association of the word which has acquired for some time. Okay? Yes, so the word has an emotional association and emotional overtone that the word have acquired over time. Over time, some words, they don't have the same meaning, like the denotative meaning. So they got the connotative meaning. For example, I will say home. If I say home, home for everybody is where it's a place where you live.
Yes.
Okay? We have residence also. It is a place where you where you live.
Okay.
But home, yes, this is very important.
Yes.
But home, this is the denotative meaning. But the connotative meaning, the home, means family. Means security, means comfort, means peace. Okay? It means all this. This is the connotative meaning of home. But when you take residence also means a place where somebody lives.
Yes.
But its connotative meaning is colder, is colder. Okay? It is colder and more formal. This is the difference. Another issue that is about the use of synonym. You have to be very careful.
Yeah.
Words in any language, they have synonym.
Yes.
But sometimes, because of their connotative meaning, the meaning may change.
Yes.
For example, which word I take here, for example, crowd and mob. Crowd. Today, there was a crowd at the conference. A mob. We cannot say today there was a mob, which is a synonym.
Yes.
We cannot say there was a mob. at the conference.
Yes.
MAB may refer to criminal dealing and
Mm.
things like that. Okay, so we cannot say that.
Yes.
Although there are, so you have to be very careful, with the denotative meaning and the connotative meaning. Another issue about general and specific. This is very important. General and specific. Sometimes we don't oppose general and specific. General means something which is not concrete, which is general, something like that. But specific is concrete.
Yeah.
So you know what kind of word you use. And in your writing, at the end of the day, in your writing, if you use only general term, there is no specific term, your essay will be unconvincing. So we need to make a balance between the general and the specific. Any essay, you should have some fact and ideas. So we have to make a balance between the two.
Okay.
And then we have what again? General, specific, concrete, and abstract. This is what I said. Those terms are not opposed 100%. Concrete and absent. Something you can touch, this is concrete.
Yeah.
Something you cannot touch, like love, this is abstract. So what kind of word you use? Again, in your essay, if you use a lot of abstract thing, your essay will be unconvincing. And if you use too much of a concrete thing, your essay will be really dry.
Okay.
So you need to make a balance between what kind of words you are using. We have also the jargon. This is the workplace vocabulary between specialists. When you are talking to people, for example, at ORTM here, you are talking to your people, you can use some of your jargon. Okay? But if you are not talking with people in the same place, in the workplace like you, you may be careful of using sparingly, you know, the jargon, because it relates to specific work situation.
Thank you very much, Professor. I think we'll be together next time to talk about another topic. Thank you again for coming. And see you next time.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our English program for today. We'll be together next Saturday at 5:30 p.m. and Sunday at 10 a.m. Same time, same channel, ORTM 1. May God bless Mali. Goodbye.